do they stick with the double initiator that they ran last time, or do they lean over to something else? It looks as though they are going to stick with that double initiator. So then at that point, my concern goes over to Flickless, who has not had a hot start in this series so far. He didn't really have a great time on Breeze, and we need to see the value coming out from this because he's someone that we had been praising on Giant X's side at the start of today.
Yeah, it's not necessarily kind of black and white, but for me, this is one of the examples I was talking about the other day where I want to see Westside really explore Chamber more. I think he looked absolutely fantastic on those ice, but it suits him down to a T in terms of his play style, in terms of what he's good at, like our headshot king in the region. So this is, again, no surprise to see this comp, but I think this is one of those opportunities when we talk about GX's map pool in general, and maybe a shift away from some of these archaic, you know, sort of traditional compositions we have in EMEA. This is certainly one of the ones where you got up against a double duelist, it would have been nice.
Yeah, I think as well, to touch on Team Liquid's side, starting on the attack with this composition I had mentioned feels a little bit strange because I think one of their biggest concerns is going to be taking that B-long space with this composition, especially if Ara's going to lean into that operator, which we've seen him do more recently in the past few matches. How do they clear that out? How do they realistically get him off of that angle? But in saying that, if they are able to get the plant down, I feel like this is a super strong composition for Team Liquid in terms of post-plant when we consider the utility that they have available to them.
Yeah, definitely plenty of tools to secure rounds. Again, for me, Camo comes into discussion. Again, he's showing versatility now, another role that I think he really excels at. We've seen a couple of isolated instances of him, slower performances, maybe less numbers, but still, here for me, Camo is probably the focal point.
Yeah, the focal point here also just has to be that for GX, if they want to continue in this lower bracket, they need to win first. This is a lot of pressure for their side of things. But Liquid, no strangers to the lower bracket run either. This is their chance to stay in the competition. Heretics is waiting for either winner of the series on the other side. But before we can even get there, we need GX to push this to the decider if they want to have some skin in the game. We'll find out whether or not that's possible as we're ready to head into our second map of the series, Team Liquid against GX with our casters Hazza and Cairo.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're here to find out. If GX can turn things around on their own map pick, as they have been required to do so in the last couple of series, the loss to Vitality just by a narrow 2 rounds in the end. And you can see from the faces of the players, they're unperturbed by the situation. The possibility of elimination here as the only team in VCT this year that kept their lineup the same as the last.
Yeah, Giant X still haven't registered a win on any of the maps in this veto so far. Just to kind of knock on that door once again to remind people, as we head back in now, Giant X have a tall mountain to climb if they want to go up against Team Liquid and at least push it to a third map.
Liquid in decent form now after that first map, at least feeling confident, and you can see there Purpo starting to hit heads as well. Back on a duelist now. And the first player forward here on this Liquid attack side.
Thing for Liquid is, obviously they played this yesterday, so they've already got the reps and the practice in terms of playing this.
There's always that attack that looked better, leaning into what was said about the post, but if they can get onto site first, well, that is the question that you ask. Purpo does have his entry, another headshot, and it's Westside on the receiving end.
And Spike to go down, fairly open, but nice spam from Grubby. Will at least deny that Spike plan.
Molly in there as well for good measure, and Ara cleaning things up on the back line. GX now with a bunker in backside, and Liquid forced to try and dig something out here. Camo will give his life for the cause, while Purpo has another. It's not without damage and lack of spike.
Yeah, we know Purpo can take heads when needed and decides that he's going to use the full length of the clock to his advantage. So a reposition is where he's going to go. GX, though, don't want to allow him time to do so. No. So they're going to go for that reposition.
Huge opportunity for Purpo here against his former team. The last roster which he represented in VCT was, of course, GX. And I think after how that started, you're wondering if we would see him in Tier 1 again, but here he is.
Time
is running low, like you say. I think Purpo's left this far too late to make any real
10 seconds
possible
left.
swing at it. He'll walk into the double stack here at the very least, and yeah, GX are going to win that in the end. You hype a guy up, right? But just didn't give himself the time of day there.
No, he did not. A little bit rushed in the end, but this isn't anything that we haven't seen before. As if you think towards the last map, it was Giant X to win out the pistol round. It probably would have been a lot more comfortable had they not been anti-ecoed and allowed the economy to work against them. So that's where we've got to see the first improvement from map 1.
And it comes down to the fundamentals when you're up against these ecos, right? If there's tradability in the play, Ara bringing the Marshal out into A main, this looks to be a priority for GX. Liquid with other ideas.
The thing about this Brimstone that's so frustrating to play against is just how long the smokes actually last.
Yep.
How much of a question mark you can create, how much you can actually, space you can take away from your opponents, and it looks like Team Liquid are very happy to just hit in. And that's exactly the case as Grubby and Westside hold down the site, and they're going to make no mistakes, none that they made on Breeze. It's all 5 alive for the moment being, as they try to get rid of the last remaining player, which is Nax.
Brilliant job there from GX, doing exactly what was asked of them, an in-zone flawless, and the potential to make this bonus a little bit spicier, because we spoke about how much momentum Liquid were able to build up on Breeze, but we didn't see a single GX timeout to try and actually slow that down, disrupt it. If they can maybe now get on the other side of this snowball and actually build up some confidence for themselves, where Liquid were on the receiving end also yesterday, then we'll just have to see.
Seems to look, at this moment in time, like a B split, but the spike not committed anywhere, and that's looking to luck. He had a pretty poor peril overall on the Killjoy. An agent we're not used to seeing him play often.
It's becoming more and more common though. And Liquid doubling down on this B attempt into the Killjoy setup on the other side. Alarm bot goes off, but only finds the clone. Purpo diving in, finding nothing. But Westside holding the line, and most importantly, buying time for a play to come in. Deep flash flickless. You thought he was going to jump up, but thinks better of it.
Yeah, Cloud there to support, but Nats at the same time has activated, finding space deep in towards the setup of the defense. But while that's going on, look at Ara.
Yeah, Ara is just running through spawn to collapse on this one. With the Killjoy player gone, Westside dead, Nats has an opportunity to force the issue himself. It's one flank and the other, but the question is, who's going to win out? It's GX flashing in to make this fight happen, and there is Ara striking twice. And with Nats' position revealed now, a crossfire can go up for GX. The use of the fast lane actually allows Nats to reposition a little bit here. And Cloud is looking elsewhere in the back halls. Half a chance, if anything, for Nats to do something, but with the spike yet to be recovered, GX getting this one over the line. A big bonus round win.
Yeah, I guess a shake of the hands here in the end. Nats looking to try and save his rifle out. Looks as if he's almost ready to do so, and that's exactly the case. If GX do go 3 to the good though.
And of course, they'll still have money to rebuy here. Great position from Nats at the end there to actually catch Ara before he can go out wide on the peak. Surprised that Westside took a second opportunity at that, honestly, when Flickless still had a flash available to him, but still found value from it when Ara was flanking himself. It ends up being just the Phantom here for Liquid.
It's Nats who holds on to it as well. Not given to any of the duelists, and Ara, scoped weapon once again, will connect. As the players of Team Liquid try to chase down the duelist, but Cloud is there to make sure the escape is good. Giant X with next to no issues here. Is Wayne now the one to pick up the Phantom?
Liquid sent their marching orders here by GX early. The Pearl so far has looked efficient more than anything, Cairo. We were talking about this yesterday. Historically, it's not been a great map for Liquid. As good as their Breeze was, Pearl is a completely different story. 2 overtime wins in 2, but not without its issues. An in-zone flawless here for the defense to make it 4 from 4.
Well, next round is the one most important. Obviously, the bye coming straight back in. But as you said, the fact that we are seeing such an emphatic start.
Clean round, guys.
Great start from Giant X, a great way to respond and maybe get any doubt out of the players' heads. You can see why they've picked Peril here, Giant X.
And it feels like this is probably the last gun round that Liquid will go for before they call a timeout of their own, you would imagine. Turret for some early information. Rotation from both initiators towards the B site, and the knife just confirming that presence on long.
Players still want to scale here. A little proactivity though to try and get Giant X on towards the back lines. Is Team Liquid probably going to be allowed to hit this site for free? That's exactly the case. Westside well aware of what Purple wants to do in terms of taking Heaven's space. And Flickless even able to help out. So Giant X, even though they're trying to set Arrow up on the flank, still go 2 to the good.
They have numbers here. Liquid have to try and interrupt this.
And that's what they were trying to do, but still Giant X are able to stop that. So with the 2 remaining players, one of which very low, you still favour the defence. Zara on the march, and Team Liquid looking to try and defend their position. They can't do so. So it is going to be Giant X once again to win a round. Team Liquid still without a response.
Yeah, no safety on that B site whatsoever. GX a team which we know for their structured set retakes, but actually the early success from Westside finding Purpo here and the recon dart as well to do some damage on Camo meant that it was already so far a bridge. They actually didn't need to invest anything extra.
Guys, he dashed to me on Heaven, freaky.
Free kill indeed, and much as we expected, it is a timeout from Team Liquid in response to that.
It really has to be, because so far Team Liquid just haven't shown us a whole bunch. I mean, it seems like a very simple game that Giant X want to play, and again, it just comes down to how well they can play off one another.
Yeah, and they've got the ultimates to do so now as well. I'm looking at lockdowns up on both sides of the server. Nats has his, but you have to be thinking of the natural counter in Cloud's Hunter's Fury. So mind games for what Liquid want to try and do. As much as we're talking about setting up a post plant, it's actually just getting onto the sites in the first place, which has been a pretty troublesome thing for them.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, again, like you could see, like kind of towards the B side of the map, they're looking to place that smoke to try and pop out of, but it's also allowing Giant X to set up their own defense in terms of creating crossfires, and overall, I feel as if Team Liquid just are not necessarily understanding the setup that Giant X are trying to go for.
Well, the timeout concluded. It looks like Liquid want to offer something a little bit different here, a more pacey take. Purpo with the bandit, but the rest set up for stingers. And it looks like all 5 players going through Link towards the B site. This will dodge the Killjoy setup for the most part.
Yeah, but look at the reposition from Giant X to try and take main space away from Team Liquid. I love this. A great Hunter's Fury as well as Grubby goes in to get 3 of his own.
Where's he gone?
Oh, Team Liquid, you tried your best, but you will not succeed. 6 now for Giant X. As Purple has to try and clutch up against 4 with just a Stinger and a Bandit.
It's not going to be enough. GX just pack in that pocket with...
Look at Cloud as well.
Hunter's Fury. Cloud is there to pick up the pieces if required, but Purpo is just going to let the clock run down in one of his audacious sort of a clutch attempts that we've seen a few times now. There is no good way about this. Ara's the one who wants the kill because he's won off the overdrive. It's Flickless that's just going to snatch that away, though.
I mean, if Giant X really want to go and pick up an ultimate orb and bring in an ult online, sure, you can go for it. But at this point in time, I don't really think Giant X need it. For the most part, the game plan has been superb.
I gotta say too, at least Liquid will be happy that the Hunter's Fury was used there, because I just spoke before in the freeze time about the potential counter off the lockdown. You expect those to get exchanged. But once more, it's that initial scaling that's been the biggest issue more than anything else.
I mean, they got into the site there, they just get absolutely collapsed upon as soon as they hit it.
I mean, you arrive at the graveyard, but you just go in the ground, right? Like,
yeah.
Means to an end.
Team Liquid once again try and ply away at mid. And Giant X so happy to just be like, hey guys, if you want mid, you can have it. We don't really care. The turret has notified the defense of this position, so they just hold on to any exits from this position. Look at Cloud, look at Ara, look at Grubby.
All of them.
Oh, I don't like this.
With deep positioning, it's Ara, the furthest player forwards, but I mean, what is there not to like? The spike's been dropped, but I do agree.
It was more the position.
It's the trade out now, isn't it?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Liquid actually given a little bit of breathing room on the site here.
Yeah, it's exactly the position, and with that, Minibu clearing everything, but Giant X are in position now and ready to fight.
Liquid's just dropping the nade in there for a little bit of security. Opportunity to buy some more time and still playing from the pit. He is a problem. This spike not going down, and Westside first to bite when it comes to investing the lockdown. Brilliant molly from Wayne. Not sure if it's going to be enough to break the ult here. It is just about. It goes to a 1 versus 1. Flickless out from backside. Will not miss. 7 from 7.
Advantage taken, but how much of an advantage does GX take into the next half? That's the question. Team Liquid used an ultimate in the last one, but it's what they have remaining. The Nightfall, the Lockdown, the Orbital Strike. If we do not see if we do not see Team Liquid win a round in the next like 2 or 3, I'm going to get increasingly worried. Lohan once again feeling that frustration like he did yesterday.
And why wouldn't you? That gets to a point here when he's probably even thinking about a second timeout, because unless he's hearing the right things right now from Nats and the others, which kind of expect him to be,
I guess. But listen, you can say the right things. It's about doing them in the server.
And we've spoken about this at length, what the team structure looks like. Nat's not really letting up on what that really entails in terms of the comms in this team. He's the first one to go looking here for Westside, and the follow-up is equal parts lackluster. Eventually, he will drop, but
the rifle probably a bigger prize for Team Liquid at the moment than the trade. The fact that they're able to now have something with a bit of bite at range, and Ara, once again, looking to be an issue.
Yeah, Arrow is the most important part to this round for GX. His position in the club is going to be stopping. Well, I was going to say too much being done by Liquid on the extremity, but GX don't really have an idea of where this push is coming in. Only now does he start to realize, but it's a little foundation that they can use coming back into this retake.
It's so much for Team Liquid to try and clear out now in terms of that long space, in terms of back hauls, and it's going to allow Giant X time to get into position.
But with the site fully free, you almost have to expect an advanced player position, and there it is. Aaron letting loose, first shot lands on the op, follow up with the ultimate. And Purpo back to the corner, can do nothing to stand his ground. 8 from 8 from Giant X. It wasn't a full investment from Liquid, nothing close to it. The ult's still available, and still no round.
Yeah, I mean, nice idea, I guess, but like it's the extremity control that really punishes Team Liquid's mid attempts, and for the past few rounds, that's all they've been doing, really trying to continuously play it mid, see if there's any weakness there, but once again, Liquid are showing out the door. And this is the round now that we should see Team Liquid try and get something with all the ultimates, with a buy, and it looks as if it might be an A split.
It would appear that way, but when you consider the GX setup, it's tailored almost perfectly to counter that. Camo can't curve the Prowler to clear the A corner, so it's a split 4-1. The stronger part of the push towards ARP, but the same can be said for GX's hold.
The Nightfall, the first of those ultimates to be used. A brilliant flash! Can't quite get the second player there as Wayne doubles up himself. So Team Liquid with the advantage. Grubby with an important fight, which he will win.
Huge 1 versus 1. This main control extremity again for GX.
It's all about Ara in the backlines though, as Team Liquid look to try and play in front. Where has the Neon gone? Here he is, right behind you! Spike on the ground! And once again having to rely on a clutch. It's Nats, the captain, to do it. Oh, he's going to give it a good go, but in the end, the result is the same as the past 8 rounds. A GX win.
Liquid banging their head against the wall now, but to just flip this on a more positive note, so much credit given to GX. Not only have they risen to the occasion of this second map, they have delivered 9 consecutive rounds without a single retort. Ara's op is hitting the shots that it needs to.
Take operator.
Oh, and he really wants that op.
And this time we've been seeing the value though.
Yeah, we have. 12-3 right now. I mean,
it's just not even that though. It's the stuff that you can't quantify. The map control, the confidence that he's been having on this Neon.
And this is the GX that I remember, the ones that are making the right reactions, that understand, you know, the premise of this map, whereas Liquid, it's almost baked into their history. One that they tend to avoid, and kind of start to see why here.
You should run.
Well, this is double digits on the cards for Giant X as Team Liquid look to try and deny it through a lockdown to buy space, but the spike heads elsewhere.
And GX already have the main control here on B. A second ult to try and fake out the site. Looks like they're going to get over to A, but so costly.
What? Yeah, I mean, the fact you've lost Nats, and there's still players here for Giant X to identify. Grubby unlucky not to get a kill, in fact, gives up his own life.
Yeah, Liquid fighting forwards here. Flank is an issue, though. Cloud coming in late. How much can they get from this position?
Yeah, it's all up to Cloud to get the value. A nice clear through the back. Giant X doing excellently to get that double digit. 10 rounds in a row. Looking to give Team Liquid the gift that Vitality gave them. And only a few rounds away.
I mean, they say every cloud has a silver lining, but that was the ultimates for Liquid, and now it's gone. It's just grey skies wherever you look. I just don't see how this half gets any better. It almost feels like inside the opening 12 rounds of the last 2 maps, it's almost been decided there and then. Sure, we've seen GX crumble from this position before already in kickoff. The Mates game where they lost 11 in a row in the second half, but that was on bind, and well, that's still yet to come.
Yeah, it looks as if it is going to be on the cards. An emphatic start. Scope weapon against scope weapon, an outlaw against Ara. He's already on the lane, and yeah, there you go.
So Liquid losing the A control, embedded in middle again, but this is a concession which GX have been happy to make round on round. Ara,
Be right back.
set up from main, Flickless tying this together. A slight gap here potentially if he overplays his hand, but Flickless is diligent and drops back.
Yeah, on to the tightest of angles and even forced back, but it's still Ara who holds on to main. That will be the problem for Team Liquid, and whether they consider that, that is the big question. It is looking like a good flash, but nobody to capitalise off the back of it.
Yeah, they want to clear this position out. Pit's been a problem so many times. Cloud gets his 2 and keeps GX in front.
All the players disconnected here for Giant X.
Grubby spawn more than anything else, which is the hard one here. He just has to keep this space as long as possible, stop any proactivity from the attack side so the rest of the team can get in play.
Westside has a full belt of utility to get back in as well, and that ultimate probably going to be the decider here.
Oppo still looking for this one. Grubby had the jump but can't correct in time. Cosmic Divide there, and Arrow on the other side of the wall. This might finally be it. The team that got 13-0'd a couple days ago can say goodbye to the possibility of a perfect match, or can they? Westside, is there any more to say of him here? No, there isn't. Liquid let off the hook. There will be at least one round for them in this half.
I thought for a moment that Team Liquid would not consider the main position, but it's actually the cosmic divide that works against Giant X, not realizing the spot in which the attack had planted. And much better tradability from the attack.
It just feels like getting into some of the sites here. Purpo missing a couple of his saturates as well. You could see the idea, like the focus was to really clear out that backside position before thinking about anything post-plant related. But just looking at the housekeeping here, there's only one ult up in the final round, but Ara may soon have another. And Miniboo the same, collects the orb in main. Still one away from getting the Euro ult online though.
The biggest thing for Giant X in terms of stopping any of this execution, retaking, will be Westside. They need to keep him safe, and they need to hold on towards Art. The biggest problem to that could be Camel.
They actually just want to take this fight though. GX going into main.
Looking to take the fight. It's ended up in Giant X in front, but they're happy with what they've got so far, and the fact they go one better leaves Camel all alone. That lockdown straight away invested, and Camel hiding within the smoke knows the KO is close by. This is probably the loosest of the players, and that's exactly the case as he capitalizes 1 versus 2.
Still 30 seconds though once this ult expires, and needs to get the spike back, needs to get past Ara's up.
That's going to be the biggest issue. The Horde not going in the right direction, and Ara straight away to come in. Giant X are all the way up to 11.
Oh, maybe you were thinking they could get a 13-0 of their own. I know we don't see it very often, but either way, it's a huge confidence boost for GX. They have come into this second map swinging, leaving Liquid with little to do in the second half, or should I say maybe more than they're up to the task of. We are going to head over, though, to hear what the GX fans think about this one so far.
Almer, thank you so much for being here. I mean, you're supporting GX. You're supporting the players. Buy the GX bundle. Yes, I like that. Take notes here. 11-1 start to map 2. After last one, you must be so happy.
Oh yeah, this is insane, man. The first one I was like, okay, I came for this, but now I'm very happy. This is amazing.
I want to hear your prediction for the whole series now.
We'll win it 2-1. I think the third one is going to be a close map, but we got this. We got this.
And for you, any players specifically that you're cheering for today?
I love Flickless so much. He's a goat.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day here. We're going to be heading back over to Casters so they can hype GX up even more.
I feel like I've had my job cut out for me, honestly. I mean, GX, you can't oversell this. It's an 11-1 half as things stand. You just have to highlight the fact that they've been able to turn things around, keep it positive, and yeah, the question is, do Liquid now have an answer?
I mean, yeah, a big question to be asked of the personality of this roster, right?
And not even necessarily on this map, right? I leave that one open-ended. It is very much looking like the stark possibility that we head to Bind, a map which, yeah, for both teams, I think, hangs in the balance when you consider the record there. Historically, it's been a good one for Liquid, but we won't talk too much about that for now. Pearl is just about in there by the skin of its teeth, and Liquid will be moving to the defender's side. We'll just have to see how much better it can possibly get, because the bar is incredibly low.
That it is, and this is definitely one of the stat lines from all time. Team Liquid's worst score line was against Alliance, a name that a lot of players, or a lot of fans might not recognise, Hazza.
I haven't seen that name in years, mate. It's crazy.
I thought you did.
Man, not since Polaris. And even that is like a name that doesn't exist anymore, man. It's crazy. Bunk status. Official.
God.
But here we go. It's a slow, slow pistol from GX, just starving Liquid of any fights, but it's about to go down in middle as Purpo tries to flash in. Miniboo right there with him. It gets no better. GX on the warpath now. Wayne spotted by the turret. Info comes in a little late, does get 2 from it, and keeps GX honest. Cloud with enough to put them back in front, and so it has to be Nats all over again.
Who else would you want in this position? Nearly a chance on to Cloud, but can't quite get the kill he's looking for.
Waiting for the turret to come back up, but wants to fight first. Finds it cleanly, can't catch Cloud though. And maybe today is the day that in this head-to-head between the IGLs, Cloud can get the better of his long-feared opponent. It's not since that same 2021 statistic that he last beat Nats.
It's been a long time, but I mean, in terms of the series, it is only just a map. There's still one more to go, but we're not quite there just yet. It feels like we could be. There will be pots and pans flung into this by Team Liquid. A Spectre, a Stinger, and a Marshall. How do you even try and work this by to your favour?
It's all that Liquid can afford at this point in time. And the Marshall is more than enough. It's a really nice shot from Miniboo to start.
Well, it is, and it keeps all 5 alive for the moment being. 10 HP left on Miniboo. But he still wants more. You can see him looking to try and get an angle. For Giant X, where do they want to go? Because at this moment in time, they're reconsidering their options.
Yeah, Westside is a potential in here towards A. Purpo has almost fully given it up for fear of mid. Liquid having to lean on this B stack more than anything else because of the gun disadvantage right now.
Ooh. That's just missing there. Oh, and he hasn't checked. It's a lazy clear, so Grubby gets his chance.
And yeah, just for a moment there, looked like Nats maybe could have got in ahead of Cloud. He still does end up doing so. Quick 1-for-1. Time wearing thin, but Westside finding the entry kill on A, and that should be enough to bring GX to post.
Yeah, well, it's a sprint from either team to see who can get there first. That Spike in trepidation right now.
Grubby is so slow to clear back through R. He is checking, double-checking every single angle, and if Wayne can get here in time, there was half a chance to deny if not for the closed plant.
Miniboo still not stopping with his shots either.
And Wayne has now fully arrived in total on the A site, ready to run down. GX gets his first Grubby! What on earth was that? A couple through the smoke, but not enough to send Liquid packing to a third map just yet.
Yeah, Miniboo was just on 10 HP, so 1 bullet was enough, but it was about the control of the spray onto Camel that could have decided this map right here and now. And you look at this, man, like, sensational shots from Miniboo, and that's really what put this round into Liquid's favour.
Round win does offer some relief for Liquid. GX are not going to have money to instantly respond with a better buy, so it's just one round at a time more than anything else. That's the process for these teams, for both of these teams, honestly, at this stage in the year. It's something that we keep on going on about like a broken record, but it's so hard to see either side in their final form as it stands. Especially when we know them to be grand finalists from last year.
I don't know, with a nice entry, clears out all the way towards Art, and I think he's going to look to go elsewhere here, but Team Liquid looking to play on the edge of their own smokes.
Moving into post plant here. Oh, GX do get denied at the first chance. Camo with the spam, and the rest of Liquid here now as well.
Yeah, and it looks as if, yeah, brilliant from Team Liquid. The fact that they were able to use GX's smokes against them, looking to spam through. Leaves just Ara with Shorty and not a hope in hell.
No, and it's just more of the same macro, really, that we saw GX find so much success from in the first half. Getting bodies into backside early, having a player in pit, and look, if the attack aren't able to clear them out, then it's just such a problem, a pain point.
30 seconds left.
Arrow should go down here eventually. Purpo finishes him off, so another round for Liquid. 9 more to go if they're to close this gap. Reminds me a lot of the first map, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're starting to connect these rounds together, momentum at their backs.
One enemy remains.
Let's see what happens in the next one. 2 outlaws being brought out. You're gonna need it, mate. You're gonna need it.
Definitely. I don't know, man. Maybe how many rounds do you reckon it's going to take before the fans actually buy into that one?
Probably not a whole bunch, because I think GX will probably win it here and now.
Okay. All right. Sure.
And if they don't, you know, I'm not even gonna say anything. Let's just look at the game.
Sure. You can do exactly that. It's a job after all. Westside here, solo in mid actually. Yeah, does get caught by Miniboo. So another strong start for Liquid, another opening kill.
I think that's the great thing about Team Liquid so far, is they've been very good at isolating these fights and finding opportunities. As the stall looks decent enough as the players try to get out, but they walk straight into a crossfire. A setup by Team Liquid.
Oh,
Grubby though does hear Nats retreating.
Yeah, realizes this very quickly. Nat's the only player here. No safety.
Oh no.
Let's Grubby wrap though.
A chance to play with.
You are divided.
You can see the utility put in by the KG and forced to retreat.
Yeah, Grubby trying to use the wall there maybe to fake that he was planting or something, but players on both sides of the wall and the turret spots him.
So now, forced back to the site. Purple is the next engagement for Grubby to try and take. One which he does not anticipate. Up high is Purple. And Team Liquid up to 4.
8 rounds.
What? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 1 at a time.
But I thought you were saying that's how many you think we're going to get.
Oh, well, I mean, you'd be surprised. You really would. But
I mean, the big thing for that last round for Team Liquid was the fact that they actually broke the buy of the attack.
Yeah. And actually, it is just going to proc a timeout from GX. I don't hate this. I'm on board with this, honestly, because I think, look, it gets to a certain point where Liquid do actually start feeling that momentum. I don't think we've quite reached it just yet. Couple rifle rounds in there, couple bad buys, like you said, and this next round will be one of them. But no better time, I think, than for Pipson to introduce himself with a pause. Of course, they get to talk at halftime anyway, but I imagine, the conversation he had here on Pearl, very different to that on Breeze.
Yeah, and I think as well, it's like the whole conversation, right, when you're on that attack and you're trying to call it into this, is it's like, it feels like the impossible task that you're trying to achieve. And again, we had the conversation about Gentlemates in 2025 and the fact that they were in these positions. Yeah. But it all comes down to how many ultimates you can stockpile. And if you look at this round, right, Giant X, if they send at least Cloud and West side to the deaths, they're guaranteed 3 in the next round.
Even by last year's standards for the mate side that you're talking about, 12-1 is it is even further, right? And I think it is valid that you bring it up because GX had struggled to close in the past. It was that same opponent, Gentlemates, on Bind, where they lost 10 rounds in a row, 11, sorry. So it has been something that they want to try and work on with how long the side's been together, since the end of stage 1 last year. You expect it of them. Split push onto A this time. But yet to breach that choke point, and Wayne holds it down early.
Yet to breach the site, yet to even make Liquid sweat realistically. Sure, utility expended, but overall, Team Liquid still have 5 standing with barely any damage taken. In fact, if not any, as they continue to knock everyone down. Grubinho, well, he's been put to his grave as well. So with that, we look at 12-5 being the scoreline. And Giant X to come straight back in. 3 ultimates apiece on either side.
Yeah, Liquid looking rigid, but this is the round that was queued up in the timeout by Pipson, you'd imagine, for how strict his methods are at times with set pieces and sticking to what works. You fully expect GX to have something here, something from the strat book to just get them the one round, the single round that they need right now.
Yeah. I love Wayne reaction cams. He seems like such a vibe guy, you know? Yeah, seems like even at 12-5 down, he's enjoying himself.
But you have to be, right?
Yeah.
You understand that this Liquid team, more often than not, is on borrowed time on Pearl right now, so
Time to jump.
give yourself a boost if you think that third map is coming up, and maybe comeback might just become a reality here.
Really nicely timed ultimate coming through. And oh, Team Liquid tried to play off the back of it. A spray down doesn't work out, but certainly Wayne's ultimate does. So a 2 versus 3 is where Liquid find themselves.
It's an awesome combo there as well. Camo just noting through Miniboo's ult that there were players in close proximity, drops the C's, Wayne pops the ult. And that's the numbers right now for Liquid. Nat's setup still propping up that left-hand side, the B site. It's a 2-on-2 on A though for what could very well settle this map.
Feels like a coin flip 2v2. Could go either way. As Wayne set up by Camo. As Ara tries to play into the smoke. You shouldn't have done that, mate. That was you drawing a line in the sand. And unfortunately for Grubby, all he's going to get away with is an ultimate orb.
Yeah, GX. The one benefit to this round for them is the fact that they didn't go spending ultimates. Liquid did.
Yeah.
Every single one that they had available to them.
And that's the big win to come away with.
Exactly.
10 seconds
Because
left.
Ara gets one step closer to his. Grubby now 2 away. And sure, the next round you're going to be in an eco. But it's the second round in front, right? The fact that we're going to be on a full rifle round as Giant X with possibly and should be 5 ults available.
That's just what we've got to keep tabs on right now, more than anything else. Because Liquid are going to get another opportunity here to build up a couple more points of their own. This was the combo that we saw. A coordinated piece from the defense, but Cloud not liking what he sees.
And I think the big aspect to this as well is if we do start to see Liquid really come back into this, a conversation about Giant X and their anti-ecos so far in this series. We can keep tabs on it.
First time in a long while, though, that we're actually going to see GX look for a B engagement. Now, Nats has an operator here. He did as of the last round, but the impact, oh, it's right there for you. Cloud drops. GX trying to be pacey on the play. Arrow one off the ult. The one with the rifle. As it stands, it's going to be a kill from him in the end, and actually a 2 versus 2 situation. The ults are up for both this time.
Yeah, and both have rifles as well. So the lockdown to buy a little breathing room for the attack, get the spike down, but look at Miniboo.
Yeah, safe plant is the one which GX opt for here, just to get that timer going. 45 seconds between them and a potential map win, and Arrow's hungry for it right here, right now. Camo empty belt. First angle, already tripped. Alarm bot there with the info. Arrow sliding in, low HP, and now Camo knows. Now there's a chance! A chance which is stripped away by Westside. GX get over the line in the end, not without problems though, and that sets up an interesting final map.